Hello everyone. In the last video, we deployed an app using deployments and replica sets. But right now, our pods can't access from outside world. They have random IPs and it keeps on changing. So in this episode, we will fix that by introducing Kubernetes service. So this is a stable way to expose our application. So we will be talking to Kubernetes service, and the service will be having multiple pods underneath it. So pods are temporary, they come and go. Each time they restart, they get a new IP. That means direct communication from user to pod is unreliable. That's why we have this middleman called service, which will be having a stable virtual IP sitting in front of a dynamic set of pods. Let us now check this with an example. So for that, I'll open terminal and we'll list the deployments. So for that, we'll run kubectl get deployments. Yeah, I already have Nginx deployment. Now let me list down the pods. Kubectl get pods. Yeah, you can see the Nginx pods here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pods, right? So in this case, we have 5 pods running. Okay, now let's try this practically. So for that, I'll open terminal. I'll do kubectl get deployments. Yeah, so we have Nginx deployment already there. This was done as part of the deployment demo, the previous episode. Let me just do kubectl get pods. Right. So we have 5 Nginx pods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Nginx pods. Yeah. So these Nginx pods are running under the same deployment, Nginx. Now let us try exposing this deployment. So for that, we need to create a service. We can do it using kubectl expose command. Just typo expose deployment name, and then we'll give the service a name. So for that, I'll give Nginx SVC. Then we have the port 80, and we need to provide target port. That's also 80 in our case for Nginx. Right, and let me run this one. Yeah, so you can see a service called Nginx SVC has been created basically. So if I do kubectl get SVC minus, sorry, SVC, and I'll grep Nginx. Yeah, we have that service. So let me just take this grep out. SVC. Right. So if you see the second service which we created just now, it says the type as ClusterIP. Okay. So since we didn't specify it, by default, Kubernetes uses ClusterIP. So there are different types of service which we can create. So for now, let's focus on ClusterIP. Okay. Now, so ClusterIP is again a virtual internet IP, which is a stable one. This IP is only available or only reachable inside the cluster. That means I can't access this outside the cluster. For to access this specific IP, I can have a different port. From that port, I can access cluster IP. So in short, port-to-port communication we can enable using the cluster IP. To test this out, we will create another pod using kubectl command. So my pod name will be test pod with an image of BusyBox. Okay, take the latest one. Yeah, right. So we are inside the BusyBox pod. Now let's try to connect to the service IP or the cluster IP. Let me copy this. I'll do a wget. Yeah. So you can see it is connected to that service IP or the cluster IP, and it has also saved the index HTML. If I do cat on this, you'll be seeing the Nginx page, the index page. Right. Now let me come out of the pod, the temporary pod. You can see it got deleted. So this is why, because we added -rm command when we created it. Now let's try to connect it using the internal DNS name. So for that, I'll create the pod again, the test pod. Yep, so it's created. Now instead of IP, I'll be passing the Nginx service name, which is nginx-svc dot namespace. So in our case, the namespace is the default namespace. So that's default. Then we have dot svc dot cluster dot local. So this is the internal DNS name. So it will have the service name dot namespace name and then svc dot cluster dot local. So that's common to everything. Let me try to run this. Yeah, so you can see it's connecting to that service, and we have the index.html saved again. That's it for now. In the upcoming videos, we will be seeing other service type like node port and load balancer. So see you in the next one. Thank you.